Okay, hello, this is an instructional video and how to play, and also a review for Black Vienna, which is a deduction game on BoardGameGeek. It's a very old game from 1987, but unfortunately it is out of print. I'm going to go over how you can find your own set to make and play. So first you will have to, and then I'll give you a quick review and rundown of the game. So first you should go to the BoardGameGeek page and navigate to Black Vienna. You could just Google this too. Once you've gotten to this page, you can scroll down to the file section, click the files. You will be taken to this page, which shows the files on it. When you scroll down a little farther, you'll get a rules translation page. You will have to make an account to access and download these files and such, I believe. But once you click that, you'll have access to the rules. You can print this out. This is just 2 pages, so you have a reference during the gameplay. In addition to that, I recommend this, the Vienna _ cards PDF. It has 27 cards and then 36 more cards. It looks like this. There's other versions and such available on here. I just like this because everything's together and quick and easy to print out and such. Basically what you'll want to do to make your copy of this game is you will want to print out these cards on here. You'll want to cut them all out. You'll want to buy card sleeves and put them in, and if you have any cards lying around, like a normal 52 card deck, or if you have, say, Magic the Gathering cards or Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you can put them in the sleeves too. And after that you can assemble them and you'll have your own set of the game. And you could pick different themes and such. There's other combinations of cards and such that you can use, but it'll look like this with like letters and such, and there'll be sleeves and such. This is my edition that I had made, but you can make any edition you want. Okay, so as for the actual gameplay, okay, if you look at these cards, there's 27 letters, okay? The 27 letters represent the suspects. There's A, B, C, D up until X, Y, Z, and then there's a special O card that has 2 dots in front of it. This is a special O that makes the 27th letter, okay? So how you play? Basically, at the start of the game, you're gonna take, of the 27 cards, you're going to take 3 away from them, okay? So let's say in the beginning you grab M, and you grab G, and you grab E, and this is all random. You will put them face down, no one will see them, you won't see them, your people you're playing with won't see them, and then you're going to be left with 24 cards, okay? You basically deal out the 24 cards to the remaining 3, 4, 5, or 6 players. So in a 6-player game, every player will get 4 cards. In a 3-player game, every player will get 8 cards. In a 5-player game, 1 player will have an uneven number of cards, but it's not going to be a big deal. So now after that, a gameplay starts. You'll have these investigation cards that show 3 letters on them, and you'll deal them into 3 piles. For example, you'll shuffle all the cards and you'll deal them out, and the top pile might have ACL, and the next pile might have BCY, and the next pile might have, like, you know, BLM or whatever. On your turn, you'll grab one of the piles, this pile or that pile or that pile. You'll grab the top card off of it, you'll give it to another player who will mark down whether or not he has the card. Or he'll mark down whether or not he has any of the letters from it, and he'll mark down how many of the letters that he has. So if he only has a C, he puts 1 cube on there. If he only has an A, he puts 1 cube on there too. But if he has A and L, he puts 2 cubes on there. You don't have to use cubes. You can use pennies or anything else to mark it. Every player should also have a investigation sheet. That's just a piece of paper with pencil. That's all. And you'll just want to write notes as you're going along. I recommend just writing A, B, C, D, E all the way down to Z, and then also a column for everyone's names, so you can take a note of who has what letters as you go along. Gameplay goes along like this as players. Alright, so if you're dealt one of these investigation cards, after you've put your cubes on it, you get a turn. You pick one of the 3 piles, you'll take the top card off the pile and pass it over to another player, and they will put how many cubes that they have on it for how many letters. And it goes on like that for a while. At any point, a player may say that they know who the 3 missing suspect cards are, and then they will announce it, check it, and if they're right, they win the game. If they're wrong, they're out of the game. At any point in the game, during your turn, you may have a special questioning ability. You basically get to question one person. You choose any available question card like this, and then you pass it to that player, and then you move it and you pass it to the other player. So that means that basically, even if another player had this ACL card, I could take it and I could give it to someone else, or anything. Like I could take the DHR card that was already passed on and give it to another player. Or I could take one of the cards that was asked to me and ask it to another player. And that just helps, you know, you find information if you just need that one final clue. After you've done that special investigation, play continues like normal. Oh, one small note, you do have to have 6 investigation cards played, so you can't just do it on like the second turn of the game. But most people will wait until the end anyway. At any point, you can declare that you know it, and then just announce the 3 names, or you can check the 3 names, and you can say if you're right or you're wrong. And after that, the variant I actually play is everyone will write down their guess and then wait until the end of the game, and then everyone will check it together. That way, you know, no one's kind of knocked out of the game, but it's up to you how you want to play. And this game is very, very similar to the game Sleuth, which is a more popular deduction game. And this game is much less popular, and I believe it might even predate it, I'm not sure. But I wanted to create this review because no one else has created a review on this game, and this is actually my favorite deduction game right now. Very simple to play, very similar to Sleuth. I like that it uses the 26 letters plus 1. It's just very clever, I think. And also, unlike other deduction games, if you mess up, you'll have cubes on your card to show your clue. So for example, if I accidentally thought I had an A and I put a cube on here, I could tell others, oh, I messed up, there shouldn't be a cube on here, and I could remove the cube. You can't do that in a lot of other games where it's like you check your hand, you tell someone, and they write the note wrong. You will not remember that, but this one you will, because you'll have markers to indicate that, and I really like that. It's unfortunate that it's out of print, but I like that they approved of people sharing files so people could legally create their own copy. I like this version on BoardGameGeek just because it's kind of cartoony and fun, even if the artwork is kind of repetitive after a while. It's fine. Some people like more mafia or realistic art, and that's also all good. There's a ton of different variations that you can create on BoardGameGeek's file page that you can find and make yourself. It doesn't even take that long to make, because 27 plus 36 is, what is that? That's 73 cards. Doesn't take very long to make. The 40 markers, that's like some pennies. The 27 plus 36, you could just put that on index cards and it's fine. And then everyone has paper and pencil pretty much, so it's very easy to make the deduction sheet and such. And it's just a very simple deduction game that does require a bit of thought. Player counts, just a small note. 3 is a bit easy, 6 is, in my opinion, very hard. People seem to enjoy it at 6 players the most because it's the hardest. I'm not very good at deduction games, so I prefer it at 3. 60 minutes is about right. It could take maybe a little longer, but basically all the games, you're going to be passing these out until the end of the game, and usually the deck will almost always run out at the same pace, so 60 minutes makes sense. And it's not too complicated. It's pretty easy to understand that you're trying to find out what are the 3 missing cards out of a pile of 27 cards. And the goal is pretty simple once people understand that. The gameplay is also simple. You take an investigation card and you give it to another player. They will mark down how many of the letters they own, and they will then pick a different investigation card and pass it to someone else. And there's just 3 piles of investigation cards that are face up, and when you take off the top of one of the piles, you will be able to see the next card under it and kind of plan it just a little bit ahead. And also you can make some fun deductions, like, you know, if someone puts 1 cube on ACL, 1 cube on AGM, and 1 cube on AOS, you know, there's a pretty good chance that they have an A card, but maybe instead they have a C card, a G card, and an S card, you know, or something. And I like that aspect, that you can kind of think this through and logic it out. So overall, really fun deduction game. A little underappreciated and underrated in my opinion, but I think it's very solid, and I recommend people to check it out if they have the chance. very quick print and play to make as well. Alright, I hope that helped, and feel free to leave any questions or anything, any comments below, and I'll get to them when I can, probably, I think. Alright, have a nice day, bye.